Manchester United fans are one of the most interesting fans you're going to ever see in the world of football, basically. Like, there's so much to talk about because there's a lot going on in the transfer window. Now, while Manchester United were focusing a lot more on Benjamin Sesko, David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano, they were busy dropping bombers left, right, and center. So, first and foremost, before we go there, I think there's an update on Benjamin Sesko before we get to this new one that we want to talk about. First and foremost, Manchester United are optimistic on reaching an agreement in principle with Leipzig for Benjamin Sesko. 75 plus 10 million euros offer meets Leipzig's ballpark valuation, but structure of the deal is being negotiated. 5 million of the add-ons are easily achievable, and Sesko is waiting for permission to travel after agreeing terms on a 5-year contract till 2030. This is according to Ben Jacobs. Then Yanaga Fjotov, if you remember him, played for Middlesbrough so many years ago. I never watched him, but I have seen highlights and stuff. He says, with regards to Sesko, the deal isn't over the line just yet, but if Sesko does end up at Manchester United, credit has to go to the club for their strategy. It's a clear reminder of the pulling power and global appeal that still comes with the Manchester United name. As someone who played for Borough, Newcastle's local rival, I have to say Newcastle also have a lot going for them. A world-class manager, a brilliant stadium with a great atmosphere, and Champions League football. There is plenty to admire there too. He also said, but if Sesko chooses Man United, it speaks volumes. History still matters. United have tracked him for years, and regardless of league position, wearing that crest still means something. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world. And then there is the Fabrizio Romano talk about Manchester United, which is making the rounds, and I'm going to try to play it. Most probably, if it's going to sound, I'm going to try to play it, and this is what Fabrizio Romano says.
Don't underestimate Manchester United. Don't underestimate Manchester United.
Yep, that is going to be the meme for the summer transfer window. Basically, signing 3 amazing players. Which brings me to the next one I'm about to bring to you right now, which has got a lot of fans excited. And this is the reason why I say Manchester United fans are the most interesting fans you can ever find in the world. They went on to speak about this transfer and speak it into life. A lot of people have been, and that's why I'm bringing this up, because a lot of people have been commenting on some of my videos, my shorts, my Instas, and my TikToks, I'm talking about Baleba, saying, oh, we should not spend money on the striker, we should focus on trying to get a midfielder, a strong midfielder who can progress the ball, and all of that. And I have talked about it, that might need to just sign one more midfielder to kind of give Manuel Ugarte backup and all of that, or to kind of give Manuel Ugarte a competition for his place while we phase out Casemiro, or kind of create a situation where we have competition for spots in that midfield, seeing as we have a lot of games to go and we need to climb up the league. And then next thing, Fabrizio Romano broke this. Let me see if I can find what he broke. So Fabrizio Romano broke this by saying that, first of all, let's go to Fabrizio Romano. Now Fabrizio Romano says, breaking news, Carlos Baleba is a dream midfield target for Rúben Amorim. In the Rúben Amorim's first few meetings and as head coach, he emphasized to the board that the squad needs players with intensity, and Carlos Baleba fits that perfectly. All parties involved are aware that the deal is not easy, with only 23 days left in the transfer window. That is with regards to Fabrizio Romano on Carlos Baleba. Now I'm going to tell you basically what Fabrizio Romano said about this, and that's why I brought this up. He said Manchester United approached Carlos Baleba's camp this week to be informed on the player situation. Brighton plan to keep Baleba at the club as price tag would be very high, and it is seen as a difficult deal. Manchester United also plan to try to get new midfielder after Sesko deal this summer. The Sesko deal is not even complete. We're already going into another one. Trying to get another transfer done, which is super interesting, super interesting. Before we go deeper into the Baleba thing, this is what Fabrizio Romano says with regards to updates on Sesko. Manchester United and RB Leipzig in direct talks again to adjust the package and add-ons, trying to get the deal done as soon as possible. Follows Sesko's decision to join Manchester United as revealed last night, with personal terms already agreed of a 5-year contract to 2030. Basically, Sesko will train separately until deal done and is ready to fly. So this is going to be very interesting to see how the deal unfolds and where Manchester United goes from there with regards to the Sesko deal and all of that. But yeah, now back to Carlos Baleba. Now, other people like, we're going to talk about David Ornstein. David Ornstein has said Manchester United contact Brighton via intermediaries to explore conditions of deal for Carlos Baleba. Brighton do not plan to sell this summer, and all sides are aware move may be unrealistic, but Manchester United keen, plus should know in coming days if plausible or not. This is according to Ben Jacobs. And then sorry about that. And then another report with regards to that is according to Alex Les Lyons and Martin Mim. That's basically, you can find this on Transfer Live or Deadline Day Live on X. It says Manchester United have made contact with Brighton to begin talks for Carlos Baleba. The Seagulls will only let him leave if they receive a substantial offer of around 100 million euros. Now, this is where the issue is. The fee. Right? The fee is going to be a sticking point for this because it's too expensive. He's a good midfielder, no doubt. He's Brighton's guy. He's Brighton's top midfielder. He did really well. If we're going to look at his stats from last season, we can tell that Carlos Baleba really smashed it for Brighton last season. But to now come and say fee around, well, it's a rumor, but a fee around 100 million, I know Manchester United, it will be unrealistic for Man United to do this deal. But we're going to break it down. We always do. Also look out pretty soon for, I think we're going to do a season preview, what to expect from Manchester United this season, and we're also going to do a player profile should the Sesko deal be completed. So we're going to talk about Baleba, just basically some stats with regards to Carlos Baleba. You know, he's a Cameroonian international. Oh my days, that's another, oh god. So we're going to have 3 Cameroonians in our team: Mbumo, Andrew Nana, and Carlos Baleba. Maybe Agent Onana is going to do some work in trying to get this whole Baleba situation sorted. Now, if we're going to go based on he's 21 years, like 21 years, and I won't put it past the fact that he would be worth every penny if Man United go for it, but it would be too expensive a deal to strike. Left-footed midfielder, and his stock has risen since he was signed from Lille in 2022. Basically, he played, his stock has risen since he played for Lille. He started from Lille Academy, basically. Lille Academy, played 13 games, scored 13 goals, right? 2 seasons in Lille Academy, came to the Lille first team, played 2 seasons, scored 23, and played 23 games, 8 goals. And then he has come to Brighton and Hove Albion, played 77, and he has scored 4 goals in 2 seasons for Brighton. and he's played for Cameroon 7 times. He started 7 times for Cameroon and all of that. So yeah, that would be super interesting to see. So he played. Sorry, he played for Lille under the Lille Academy. He played 13 games. He played 13, started all 13, scored 1 goal. Then in the Lille first team, he played 23 games, started 8, didn't score a goal. And then in Brighton, he has played 2 seasons. He's played 77 games, 53 games started, and he scored 4 goals. So super interesting to see when it comes to Carlos Baleba as a player for Manchester United. Would he be a good signing? Absolutely. Transfer market puts him at 24 million euros, and then because he's a hot prospect, I can understand why Brighton would go for 100 million euros as rumored. But yeah, he's been playing. The last game he played was 16th of July against Stoke City. He played 46 minutes, and against Tottenham on 25th of May, he played 90 minutes in that game and performed absolutely well. So 21 years of age, very strong athletic midfielder. That would be super interesting to see. But yeah, just as I've already said, contact has been made. Basically, there's been conversations held. And then in the Premier League, basically last season, he played 34 Premier League games. He scored 3 goals with 1 assist. And then in the FA Cup, 4 games, no goals, no assists. Carabao Cup, 2 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. And then for Brighton as a whole, last season, he played 40 games, 4 goals, 2 assists. So at least his Premier League experience, Premier League proven, and all of that. And he has played 2 seasons in the Premier League, and he's only 21. Like, it's going to be sick to see what kind of midfield we're going to have. And this is something that Manchester United fans spoke into existence. They kept saying, oh, we need to get Baleba. We need to get Baleba. We need to get Baleba. A lot of people started saying this, putting it in my comment section. Why is Amorim focusing on striker? Why is he talking about this? Why is he saying we have good players? Why don't we spend the money and go and get Baleba? Now he's not a cheap option. That's the problem. And I think most probably, if we don't get it, there'll be more realistic prospects that Man United will need to get, and it will also involve trying to get some kind of player that will be of Baleba's ilk, if we can say that. But it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. I just thought to bring this to you because obviously the big guns have reported it and they've dropped the bombers. We're going to keep you updated as it unfolds. At least I brought you some updates on Benjamin Sesko, but we're gonna keep it going. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We keep growing, we keep evolving. Each time I see your comments, I'm always very elated to try to respond or react to all of them, because it's amazing how far we've come in this journey of bringing to you Manchester United content. So thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as it relates to Manchester United. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, goodbye, and God bless.